Welcome to the Painting Sloth. In this video, I will be showing you how to paint this green armor on your miniatures. My process for painting green armor can be split into two parts. The first part is very similar to the popular slap chop method. If you want to see the original video, I linked it below. Also linked below is the uncut version of this video that you can watch if you want to see more painting. Start by doing a heavy dry brush of Mechanicus Standard Gray over the miniature. You want to hit everything except for the deepest cracks and crevices. Make sure you get a good amount of the paint off the brush, and test it before painting your model. You might have to go in with a smaller detail brush in some places that the larger brush doesn't reach. Don't worry about being too neat, just make sure you are painting in thin, smooth layers. Next, use the color Gray Seer. Do a lighter dry brush than the last stage. Make sure to move in a circular motion over the model. This will slowly brighten the raised areas and catch the hard edges. Finally, we are using white, and this will be a very selective dry brush. Here, you are looking to hit only the highest points and edges. This next step, you are going to see me use an airbrush, but airbrushes are optional. You just need to apply the Dark Angels Green contrast paint over the whole model in a smooth, even coat, and an airbrush is the easiest way to do that. I recommend using a ratio of 3:1 contrast medium to Dark Angels Green contrast paint. This will give you a dark green coat without destroying any of the highlighting you did in the previous steps. You can see how this step quickly creates an even base color with shading and consistent edge highlighting all at the same time. This is a really efficient speed painting method, but the techniques all have a very wide range, so you want to do this first. Otherwise, you will likely destroy any work you do on the other details on the model. Now, you will want to paint the rest of the details on the model before doing any more work on the green armor. The more steps you do on the green armor, the harder it will be to fix any mistakes that will happen while painting the other details. For the rest of the video, I will be using a wet palette in 3 colors: Caliban Green, Warpstone Glow, and Moot Green. The wet palette makes the paint stay the correct consistency for a longer period of time. You will also see me diluting the paint with water. This makes it so that the paint will apply smoothly and somewhat transparently, which will give you smoother transitions when layering. It is important to understand how to highlight this kind of armor. You can highlight using a couple of rules. 1. Highlight all the edges. 2. Highlight based on the localized shape. And 3. It should look cool. There are plenty of videos of people highlighting power armor that you can use for reference, and you should try and emulate what you think looks cool. If you're following my process, there is already a general edge highlight all over the model, so we can focus on highlighting based on the localized shape. Most of this model can be broken down into 2 shapes: cylinders and spheres. If it is a cylinder, you can paint the highlight as a line or triangle. Examples of this shape are the legs, arms, and feet. If it's a sphere, you can paint the highlights as a circle. Examples of this shape are the knee and shoulder pads. One of the main methods of painting highlights is called layering. This involves painting the highlight shape with a brighter color over the existing paint. You then repeat this process with the next brightest color, leaving some of the previous color showing. Sometimes it helps to create intermediate colors by mixing 2 colors together. The goal of layering is to create a smooth transition between your base color and your brightest highlight color. Sometimes layering won't always get you the smoothest transitions, and this happens when the brightness of your colors are too far apart. In this case, you will have to use glazing to smooth out your transitions. This works by taking the darker of the two colors, thinning it down so it's very transparent, and painting over the transition between the two colors. You will see me switching between layering and glazing as I work the highlights until the transitions are smooth enough that I'm happy with it. If you follow these steps, you should get something that looks like this. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and learned something about painting and highlighting green armor. If you want to see more tutorials like this, you can subscribe to my channel. You can also find me on Instagram and TikTok, or join my streams on YouTube or Twitch. Finally, if you have something specific you want to see, comment below and I'll do my best to show you how to push your models beyond tabletop ready.